Good afternoon, Jerry. My name is Jocasta Alvarez. How are you? What brings you in today?
Hi, Costa, how you doing? I'm doing all right, and you?
I'm well. Thank you for asking.
Yes, today I'm having issue with my classes. I'm taking an elective class. This is my second year part-time online student at the MSW program, and I'm taking an elective class for child and adolescents. I'm dealing with children with disabilities, the diagnosis, the DSM, and so on. So I'm having trouble with that, and I'm afraid that if I do, I may get a low grade, and that will bring down my GPA, or I may fail. So I'm kind of worried about it.
I'm so sorry that you're under these immense pressure. What exactly is it that you're worried about?
I'm just hoping that my GPA may go down. I want to keep my GPA high, stable, but I'm just worried that and besides my GPA going down, I'm just worried that I can fail the class and I have to take it over again because this class is a requirement for clinical social work. So if I don't pass it, I can't get my clinical. If I get a D or lower, I cannot get my clinical. I have to get a C or higher. So I'm just a bit worried about it because the fixed exam, you have to take 5 quizzes and all 5 quizzes were 60% of my grade. And I took one, and I think I had 6.8 out of 12. So I had like 50%. So I'm just like I need strategy. I just got different strategies to study and to make to do better on the next 4 quizzes so I could hopefully bring my grade back up.
So you're saying that there's six quizzes and your first one you had a lower grade and that didn't make you feel happy?
Yes, 5 quizzes,
Oh,
and
five.
the first one I didn't have a low good, and that really impacted me. Yes.
And in the quiz itself, what exactly, in what area did you scored low? Did the professor give you any feedback?
Not taking me feedback. Is that the thing is that a lot of chapters. I have to do like 3 chapters, and the chapters are not short. And besides those chapters, I have to watch online module videos of the professor lecturing, and I'm gonna have to go to the website read articles. So it's like it's a lot on me. It's a lot. So and plus I'm taking other classes that I'm trying to do well, and then feel experience part of it too. So it's like a lot.
It's a lot. So are you having troubles in your other classes as well, or is just this one class?
For now, just this one class for now. My other classes are good for now. I'm worried about them, but it's just that the selective class that I think that will affect my GPA tremendously.
It's the elective class, the only class as well that you have to take quizzes. And what about the other classes?
No, I'm taking a intervention one, and there's no quiz, just papers. I like doing papers. I love writing papers. I enjoy writing papers. I enjoy expressing my ideas on papers. So, I will enjoy. I'm will enjoy intervention one. So there's no quizzes, thank God. And field work is partial fair, and so that's the only class that require quiz, and that's there's quizzes, but the quiz is a large amount, a large percentage on your grade. It is 60% of my grade, of the entire grade. That means
Okay.
that I have to do well most, of not all, to get a good grade.
So you're feeling the pressure because the main component of this class is making sure you pass these exams. Is there anything specific that gets you nervous that makes you feel like you're not prepared for the next exam?
I think that my main issue is that I need more study skills.
Okay.
Throughout my whole life of education, undergrad, high school, elementary education, uh, I've never really grasped the key study skills that I need. So, so I thank God that I was able to finish primary school and always finish undergrad, but I've never really gotten deep study skills that I need for school. So in other words, if the book itself, the book itself asks you what you read, they're gonna also understand of what you read. So that means if I read a chapter one or few pages, I understand. But if I have to read 3 chapters and then go on the module with the lecture, listen to the lectures, it's a lot for me to handle. So it's like I have to read a lot of chapters, and I can remember everything, And the quiz itself is 30 questions. And the good side is good that it's 30 questions. I have more chance to do well. But on the bad side, if I'm not prepared for it, then it's not my advantage at all.
So maybe it's good for us to explore some study skills for you to help you be prepared for the next exam. When is the next exam?
The next exam is in the next exam is this week actually. This week.
This week,
Yes.
and you feel prepared? Are you
Um
doing anything specific?
Not yet. The only thing I did was I contacted the professor. I sent an email saying that I didn't do on the first quiz. What do you think? I'm kind of worried. And she was really good at it. She told me, don't be nervous. Don't be. It's be fine. It's on the first quiz out of five. So just focus on the rest, and then you'll be fine.
Okay. So have you thought about maybe some flashcards, reading maybe one or two pages at a time and writing down on the flashcards what's important for, the first chapter and then what's important for the second chapter and so on. And then you could take those little clip notes and take them with you to work and just study them as you can.
That's a good idea, actually. I think that's a good idea because the quiz itself is an open book, so I can use my book while I'm doing taking the quiz
Ex
online.
So there's this thing like or in the book itself, you could highlight what's important from the book and just write little notes on the side. Do you like holding the actual physical book? Because there's also applications where you could download or take pictures of the chapters and it could read it to you so you could better understand it. Is those a good options?
There's a good option, but I'm old fashioned, so I'm still old fashioned. So to be honest with you, when I'm reading something, I like to highlight. Like when I'm reading, so when I go back, I can read the highlight part and then see that's important. So, for example, I know on college they have ebooks and online books, online textbooks. But I
Mhm.
never want to buy those ebooks or online textbooks unless I have to, unless the book's too expensive. I have no choice. But I always want to get the copy, even this covers $100 or $110. If I can afford it in my budget, I'm willing to buy it because I like to highlight and read, and then take, and probably I like you said, I'm also person taking notes, and probably I'm taking note on the side and one and the score because that's what that keeps me going. When I read the screen, I close the screen. 5 minutes later, I'm not going to what I read in the screen.
No, I completely understand. I mean, but also you could still do it that way, but I've seen where you could still take a picture and email it to you. And I'm not sure if you may have access to PDF, but PDF as well has an option where it could read it out loud to you. And again, you could still have your books, but sometimes, reading it and having it read to you, it could probably help, and you have them both and better understand the curriculum.
I think you're correct because when it's read out loud to me, it'll help me to understand the text better. And because I'm mispronouncing words, because I don't understand certain terms, and because I don't understand certain phrases or what they're talking about. So I think it'll help me to learn it better. But overall, I think it's a good course. I like the course. I like the professor. It's just that I'm just a bit nervous. It could be for no reason, but but
That
I'm
make
just
you're nervous for a reason. And how does that make you feel? You know, what is failing make you feel? How do you feel about that? I know you've worked so hard, you've shared, that you went to undergrad and by the grace of God, you passed. But now that you're doing your master's and you want to become a social worker, what does that make you feel?
I think failing makes me feel sad, disappointed. Failing makes me feel not lack of effort. I could have done better. Failing makes me feel it's like failing made me feel like it's a failure too. So because I want to do the best I can, everything I do. I know people going to make mistakes, and I make many mistakes in my life, but I also want to learn from these mistakes and then be productive, be productive in the future and not in the present and future. All the past is the past. All my mistakes will go on the past. But academically, I want to be productive in my academics and then hope by God's grace, do well in school, graduate, get my license, get a good job, and then get my clinical because like I said, this is a critical part for my clinical.
Or,
This
and this
course.
is important for your clinicals for your license.
Correct.
And I heard that it's important academically. Does that have to do with culture or just for self, you want it for yourself or the culture for your culture or for your family? Because we always have goals, what drives us to do the things that we do. Is there any reason why, this is so important for you? Aside from just being, obtaining a master's?
Um, Oprah Winfrey once said, "Education is the key to the to an open door." And she said that, I said, "My goodness." All my life, I've loved education. I've enjoyed education. I want to go for an education because I just think that education is a way of success. I know that graduating and then with so much loans and then get a low paid job so you graduate and able to pay those loans or critical too. But I just think that as an immigrant who come from a country, a poor country, and come to America with many opportunities, so many that my country doesn't have at all. I just don't want to not take advantage of it. My father who worked hard to bring us here. I thank God that we were able to come here. So I was able to come here, with my family. So I think that I just wanna take every advantage that this country provide because my family back home don't have it, and they had when I was a child. So I wanna accomplish everything that I can in this country.
That's one, and usually that's what we all do when we migrate to this country, right? We want to make sure that we get the best that we can because this is the free of the land, right? The free world and education is in our hands. Where exactly are you from?
I'm from Haiti, Port-au-Prince.
Okay. Okay. Right next to the Dominican Republic. And and with a and I now I understand because it's Haiti with everything that's going on there and the education and stuff like that. I see that's important for you. And then in the field, I understand that you work with the children with disabilities. Is that correct?
Yes, I used to work with children with disabilities, but now I mainly work with adults with disabilities. So
Okay.
I work with children with disabilities for the past 8 years. I did for 8 years, and I'm working with adults with disabilities. There's now I've been here for 7 years, and previously I was in an agency for about 3.5 years, about 10.5 years. So I will love this population. I think it's inspiring knowing that you could help, that you can make a difference, knowing that you can share your passion with others, not just a passion as if you enjoy what you do. Every morning when I come to work, every afternoon, every evening when I come to work, I don't come to work just for the money because they don't pay much, but I come to because I love what I do. I enjoy working with these individuals with disability. I enjoy helping them be independent, help them to make successful decisions, help them to guide them in the decision they're making, and mentor them, help them to look at life on a better view. So I'm happy what I do. I enjoy what I do. Even if they pay me less, I still don't pay stay because I believe it is my true calling from God.
Amen to that. But now, see, now as we're speaking and getting to know each other, now I could see why this course that you're having trouble with is so important because you love the work that you do. And if you didn't love the work that you do, maybe it would have been okay if you failed. But this course is important and is part of you connecting and getting your clinicals so that you're able to do more for the individuals that you work with. Is that correct?
That's correct. I don't mind sharing. These individuals are the reason I'm about to school to be a social worker.
Okay.
I had my bachelor's degree and I was working, and then I said, you know what, I know what I'm doing. I'm like I have a low position in the job, but I said, you know what, I can do better for them. I can advocate for them. I can work with them. I can give them some lead them to resources that are out there. I can talk to them and when they're going through emotions. So I think that I made it to my I made it according to my God has made calling to me that I'm young and they still time. Don't say never say never. So there's still time. So I think that I wanna make my life better and I make their life better because they inspire me to do better and then to work with them in the high position where I can do more for them.
I understand that. And I hear the passion that's in you and how much this is so important, not just academically, to be able to help the patients that you work with and to be able to provide all the information and resources that you're able to obtain. And to obtain your licensure and your master's degree is important. So what else? Is troubling you aside from just this and this course grade? Is there anything else affecting you when it comes down to studying? I know that you shared that the reading or anything like that. Is there a way that you're reading the chapters that maybe you feel like you're not comprehending the reading? Are you taking time? Are you reading it over or anything like that?
To be honest with you, you're right. I should read it over, but I'm not doing that because I'm sometimes I can be lazy sometimes myself. But overall, it's just that the chapter is like 10 pages long. So that
Okay.
means each chapter is 8 pages long. So that means and then the quiz has a deadline. I have 1 week to take the quiz.
Okay.
If the deadline passed, I cannot take the quiz. I get a zero grade.
We
So
don't
that
want
means that, and I have other classes I'm doing, and I have to work. I have to be there for my family. I have to do what I have to personally. So it's just that the stress, not the load. That's the way to discover the load on me. It's hard for me to manage right now. But you are correct. If I can take notes on the side, highlight, PDF, and have it word to me, I think those will really help me to do well on the next quiz.
And even on your phone, the now download of the PDF, I think there's ways to create like certain apps and upload the picture. I know that there's apps specifically, but they're pretty expensive. But even just the Adobe PDF or other things you could look on your phone and you could it said to read out loud and it highlights what you want it to read to you. And it might help. That might help. I mean, aside from doing the flashcards the first time and doing the highlights on the book, maybe finding another option that's important for it to read to you and, listening and reading it. Sometimes when you read something, you hear it, it could be very different, and maybe you could obtain the information better and get a better grades moving forward.
I think you're correct. I think you're correct because I have to come with some strategies to find a way. I'm praying about it too because God can do all things, but I also have to do my part and do my study part, do my taking notes part, do my reading part, do my listen to a chapter part. So I'm just trying to do my part, especially and by God's grace, pass the grade, get a passing grade for the class.
Okay.
I want to get an A, but sometimes when courses are so hard that you said to yourself, if I'm gonna be, I'll be okay with it.
I understand. But so now we know that your next quiz is next week. What is the plan? What are we gonna do?
Try to do the chapters more than once. I'm going to take notes on the side. I'm going to look for the app that you told me, the PDF app, and I'm going to back in the squad, take notes in the underscore, and review the lectures maybe one at once. It could be one of the lectures, and then so hopefully I'll do well in the class.
Okay, that's a plan. And then maybe next time when we meet, we could talk about it. How did it go? And see what other strategies we could come up with to be able to help you for the next couple of tests and the semester is over.
Yes, that's cool, because I think so
Okay.
much.
So, Jerry, it was a pleasure speaking to you. I completely understand the stresses that you're going through and the classes and the want to do this, but it's also important for you to take some time and give yourself some grace and know that, you have to take this one step at a time and try different strategies that will better help you, not just for this class, but moving forward.
Yes, I agree. Thanks so much because I would take that consideration because there's a master program, even though I know the classes have exams, but in the future I may have other classes that have exams, so I have to take it. And then the chance could be longer because as you move forward, it get harder on the program. So I understand, and I'll take that into consideration. I appreciate it so much because it's been very helpful.
And it's not just moving forward, but remember, as a social worker, is always you're always learning and different things and different skills, and you always have to continuing your certification. So if we learn, new strategies and stuff like that, so that we're able to continue providing the services and we don't find themselves, and it doesn't have to be just with test taking, but just to make sure we comprehend the information that we have.
I listen. I agree because social worker is a job, but it's a fulfilling job and a job that if you do it all the hard, then you succeed at it. And I think that I would take all these tips in consideration for the school and for the future that all will be well. All will be well.
All
That's
right.
nice.
I'm glad to talk to you today. So we'll schedule a next meeting for next time and we'll talk soon. Okay, Jerry? Thank
Thanks so
you.
much, Costa.
All
I
right.
appreciate it. Thanks so much.